How to create a back-end offer. How do we know that a sales funnel is complete? Is it at the upsell, the downsell, or after we've offered the second and third upsell? Is that the end of it? The answer is, well, yes and no. Having the second and third upsell is stretching it. We can make big profits from those two upsells, and with downsells, we've rescued a few sales that would have gone to waste. So that these upsells and downsells are elements that complete the sales funnel. Now that we go even further than that, from the last upsell or downsell, of course, we can use back-end products. What is a back-end? A back-end offer is usually a high-ticket deal sent to the customers a few days after the purchase. It bears resemblance with an upsell concept, but a very few key differences. One of those key differences between a big-ticket back-end offer and an upsell is that a back-end does not capitalize on the buying trance that the customers are in when they make a purchase. Instead, it depends on a few key elements that we will explore later in this lecture. A big-ticket back-end offer is priced substantially higher than the front-end product and also higher than the upsells. With the upsells, each level offers a higher price than the prior deal. Hence, a back-end offer also follows that same pattern even though it is not an immediate connection with the sales funnel. Back-end offers are usually sent 3 to 7 days after the customer has made the purchase from the vendor. The offer is, of course, sent via email. Even though this is the case, it's technically still part of the sales funnel. The concept of the big ticket back-end offer. This is a product of a very high price. Not many people would be committed enough to purchase a big ticket offer on a whim. For the big price tag that the big ticket back-end offers, the prospects would need serious consideration. This is why it wouldn't work as an upsell. The customers would disregard it right away. Nowadays, with well-founded refund policies, buyers rarely hesitate before making a purchase, knowing that they can easily get their money back should there be any discontentment in the product, so vendors can depend on the product to speak for itself. This is exactly why we wait 3 to 7 days before offering customers the big ticket back-end deal. The gap between the last upsell and the big ticket offer is so that the customers can evaluate the products they've purchased from you, the vendor. During this time, you have to let your product speak for itself. If they were happy with it, then they would make the selling of the big ticket back-end offer easier. Your reputation as a vendor is critical. No one would invest a large amount of money on an obscure name that makes the promise on the internet. In order for them to buy your expensive product, they should have faith in you. Some would say that you have to prove yourself as an internet entrepreneur first, and in a lot of ways this is true. Only established names can pull off big ticket back-end sales. For someone who is new in this business, it would be an uphill battle. Imagine if you were the customer. Would you be willing to invest a huge sum of money on a product from someone you've never heard of? This is another reason for you to wait a few days before offering them a big ticket back-end deal and let them build trust first. Is the trust established from those few days enough to push them into the buying product from you? Maybe not. There are other few things you can and have to do to boost the chances of making a sale, like preparing an advertised copy or video, which we'll explore later in this lecture. Another important element is to have the right product. Not all products can sell as big ticket back-end offers. Most products just don't cut it. So what products are good enough to be a big ticket back-end offering? These ideas have to be of very high value for their customers and is also able to generate a huge profit for you as a vendor. Here are some ideas of products you can sell as a big ticket product. The first of the products that prove to be profitable big ticket offer is coaching. This is more of a service rather than a product. Coaching is where you, the coach, offer guidance to your existing customer or client in the field of your expertise. If your expertise is in startup business, then you have to guide them and give them pointers through the whole process of opening up a business. It is a very profitable and rewarding way of making profits, but you need to actually be an expert in something before you can teach someone. The adage is, those who can't teach. Does not apply in the world of the internet. People want to see proof that you can be successful before you establish yourself as a coach. This point is made more concrete by the constant demand an event doesn't happen without a picture of it. As you can see, trust in the internet world is something that is really not easy to gain. As a coach, you will need to be a confident speaker. How would you be a coach if you were not an outgoing person that's filled with energy and enthusiasm? Perhaps this program is not for everybody. Like I said, it's best if you're an experienced expert in the field. Also remember that all of your clients and customers are from different parts of the world. They might even be directly from the other side of the world from where you are. This doesn't pose a problem if you were selling a product that doesn't require interaction other than addressing a few inquiries through the email. Coaching requires interaction, and even though communication nowadays is easier thanks to the internet, you still need a live interaction in a coaching program. Therefore, even though you can communicate via Skype or Google Hangout, you still need to find the right time to do so. Your clients are from different parts of the world with different time zones, so you need to be prepared to follow time zones that are not of your own, and sometimes it won't be very convenient for you. The price for coaching program is between $500 and $5,000. Usually a coaching program would be in the 4-digit range, as it is considered one of the most valuable things on the internet. As you can see, with price ranges like this, it is a perfect fit for a big ticket back-end offer. Group coaching. It's similar to coaching, the only difference is, as the name implies, it's done in groups. A group coaching engagement, you are interacting with more than one individual at once. Just like coaching, you would need an expertise in your field before you can go on promoting your group coaching program. It's easier to get clients and customers if you are an established name in your business. The price range for group coaching, however, is lower than individual coaching because it's a shared service. But you can still make a profit. The price range is between $200 and $500. Remember that you're catering to more than one person, which means the profit you can make from group coaching is even more than you can with individual coaching. In personal coaching, you give your undivided attention to just one person. In group coaching, you're interacting with more than one person, and they will have to share your time. Like with coaching, group coaching also has its challenges with time. Even when you're interacting with just one person from abroad, and you have to cater to their time, imagine what it would be to cater to a different group of people from all around the world. It requires quite the effort to cater to everybody. Licensing program. A licensing program is where you can sell private label products. In other words, white label content where you sell products produced by you to someone else who can use your product and sell them off as their own. The closest thing to the world would be ghostwriting. Ghostwriters, as you know, are not credited for their work. Instead, they sell off their writings to somebody else. That person who buys the work is the one who gets all of the credit for the book. You might think this is unethical or cheating, but I assure you, this has been done forever. It's not stealing or plagiarizing because the deal is made from a mutual agreement. Stealing content is when someone uses someone's work without their permission. It is illegal and unethical. This licensing program is from an agreement made between the producer and the purchaser. In this engagement, you are the creator of the content and you have to give up the credit or ownership of what you produce. You must be ready to detach yourself from the project that you've done. Because ownership and credit are given up, it is of course priced very high. This method wouldn't be here if it weren't. The price of a licensing program, like a coaching program, ranges from $500 to $5,000. It's a great way to make a profit as it doesn't require any real hefty investment like a coaching program or group coaching program. It's a far easier way to make almost the same amount of profit than a coaching program. This is a big ticket back-end offer if you're not building your name. In the next lecture, you're going to learn an easier way to promote products to your email list and get them to convert into buyers.